We've all been taught from a very early age to be suspicious of kings. In the modern age, we call them dictators, which is just a word for a monarch that has a negative connotation. As far as I can tell, there's not a functional difference. A dictator is just a king in modern language with a negative connotation. Most, if not all, most of the most effective governments and systems of power in history have been ruled by a monarch. But even outside of the question of government, in all aspects of life, the great man theory of history is so obviously correct. Everything is really driven by a handful of great men. And the times in history when nothing seems to be shifting dramatically are the times when there are no great men, and we live in one of those times, seemingly right now, at least in the West. It is so insidious that they have trained us all so deeply to fear the great man. And why would they do that? Why would a culture try to get us all to reject great men? To me, the answer is obvious. It's because the great men are the only ones who can threaten the power of the regimes that exist in the West today. You can't beat bureaucracy with more bureaucracy. You cannot really beat oligarchy with oligarchy. Or if you do, it has to be a monarch who comes in and defeats the oligarchy and installs some other oligarchy. But there is always a great man at the head of any real movement. People fundamentally need a leader and desperately want one. And it's not that they don't want to follow one and they should, it's that they themselves desperately want to follow a leader. And you see it in politics where they latch onto characters that are really not all that impressive and just trust them blindly, trust them with everything, just follow them. They're so hungry for someone who really does command their respect and who is worthy of blind allegiance. But that person probably doesn't exist today. Or if he does, he's not yet known to the world. Hopefully we'll find somebody. But it's so evil when people are led to believe something that's not only not true, but the opposite of the truth. You've all been led to believe that above all else we should reject monarchy. That we should reject, and not only it goes deeper than that. It's not just for a system of government. It's like everything in American culture is about, we have to celebrate teamwork. We're stronger together. It's in every corporation. It's in every corner of American culture. It's like forced weakness. It's the feminization of American culture, and it's forced weakness, forced ineptitude, forced impotence. if a hostile foreign actor wanted to subdue the American people, what better way than to convince everyone that impotence is good, that humility is good, that great men should be feared? Because what if they're tyrannical? What if, it closely ties in with this attack on masculinity too. Because everything is like, anytime a man aims at greatness, he gets torn down by the world. If you hold your head too high, they will try to cut it off. And if one man does achieve something great, they do everything in their power to cut him down and to say, well, he's taking advantage of the rest of us. He's taking advantage of everyone. He actually owes us all something. I'm not going to celebrate it. In fact, it's to such a point that to be rich is actually, people don't even like admitting that they're rich. It is such a social currency to be able to say, oh, I grew up poor. We didn't have anything growing up. As if that's a good thing. The programming in people's minds is so deep, so nearly complete. That it would take, I don't know what it would take to get them to throw it off. But people are deeply in need of strong leaders, and yet they've been told they should fear them. Or that if they do see a strong leader, or if they do see a man who accomplishes or aims for greatness, that he should be torn down, or that he's like, oh, he must be insecure. Why is he going to all that effort? Anytime somebody puts effort into something, the response is, oh, maybe he's compensating for something. It's toxic masculinity. He's being macho. There are lots of insecure men out there, and there are men who participate in those behaviors that can only accurately be described with those words, but the programming has become so complete that people now think any aim upward, any aim at greatness whatsoever is like toxically masculine, or that we should avoid it, or we don't need to be like that anymore because society has moved past the need for masculinity or for greatness. No one man can be great in the liberal world order. It's all of us together in one big androgynous blob. None of us being any different from anyone else, none of us being better, none of us being worse. We're all just gonna wallow in the mire of aggressive, disgusting mediocrity.